Hi, welcome to the Dirty Finger Casts. My name's Charlie Pidcock, and today is going to be a podcast on my own. There's no one else here. It's just me sitting in a bare room. I wanted to talk today about a video which I watched about an hour ago. I've been sat thinking about it because it really rung true with me. And it's a video by Blade376, Myles Dyer, and it was on a lot of different topics, and I've written them down on this piece of paper, and I'm just going to kind of go through it. Now, Myles, if anyone knows, is, in my eyes anyway, a brilliant person. Not just in terms of his personality, but in terms of what he does. And you know, he practices what he preaches every single day. You know, I admire him because he's not, in, you know, however you want to phrase it, sold out. I don't really like that phrase, because actually all that some of the other YouTubers have done is they've decided to monetize what they do so that they can live off YouTube. And I'm sure Myles gets a little bit. However, I'm not sure that he lives off it, because he works in construction. But he was talking about, one of the topics he was talking about was arrogance and passion. Where's the line? And Myles said that arrogance and passion are very, very similar, because you can be passionate and passionate and passionate about something until you get so passionate that it becomes arrogance, because you believe what you're saying. You know, you genuinely believe what you're saying. And I would agree in some ways, but then I would actually say that arrogant people are people who say that they're amazing and say that this is how things are, when actually either they know nothing about the topic or they are not what they proclaim themselves to be. I believe that is arrogance, really, in my mind, because I've had similar situations, Myles, where people have come up to me and they say, "Oh, you must be so..." Well, they don't say you must be so arrogant. They actually tell me I'm arrogant. They think I'm arrogant because, well, I'll come off stage or whatever, and they'll say, "You're really arrogant." And I was like, am I? Am I arrogant? I just played music for people. I just sung. I just did what I love. I did what I'm passionate about. I've had people always say, "Oh, you too," you know, not always say, but just there'll be comments sometimes where people say, "Oh, I think he's a bit arrogant, don't like him," when actually they don't know me at all. And actually, what, you know, it's the thing, what Myles said, it's a hard line to define sometimes for other people. You know, what you perceive as being proud of yourself and confidence could be perceived to other people as arrogance, which is a negative thing, a very negative connotation, which I don't really want to be associated with myself. Because at the end of the day, I don't see myself as arrogant, and I don't think arrogant people do see themselves as arrogant, if they are truly arrogant, you know. So even if I was arrogant, I wouldn't know, really. I think there's situations where I'll offer my services to someone as a songwriter, and it's not arrogance, it's selling myself. It's saying, this is what I do it well, do you want my services? Do you want me to write you a theme tune? Do you want me to write you some music? Because that's my business. All businesses are arrogant, or every advertisement then is arrogant in that sense. It doesn't make sense. So I don't think, really, in that sense, that arrogance is a bad thing, but it's more pride than arrogance, I think. He also talked about his flaws and how he has things that he doesn't like about himself. I think everyone has things they don't like about themselves. And sometimes you have to accept and love yourself before you can love others and see, you know, past their flaws and stuff like that. Because everyone is flawed, no one is perfect. Which is why, a lot of the time, if someone does something wrong, if one of my friends has done something and I think, "Oh, they shouldn't have done that," I'm not going to hound them. I'm not going to go, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that, you're a bad person," because there's probably something equally as bad that me or you or someone else has done that matches that. And in that sense, I believe we are all equal, in that we all have a good side, we all have a bad side. I don't believe anyone is truly bad, I don't believe anyone is truly good, including myself. How, you know, I have over the years tried to sort of quash the bad side of me, if you like. But, you know, still, times come when it rears its ugly head, and I'll say something and I'll regret it afterwards, and I'll think, why did I do that? And that's just life at the end of the day. We are made up of good and bad things, and hopefully the good, I mean, I think in a lot of people's cases, I think especially in people like Myles' case, the good far outweigh the bad, my friend. I don't think I've ever seen a bad trait in you, really. You know, not something that I would say, ooh, not ever talking to him again, you know. But as I said, I'm not that sort of person anyway. So even if I did find out that you'd done something that I didn't like, I would still respect you, because, you know, if you are truly sorry for that and you've moved on, then that means you've changed, and that means you've learned from your experiences. I believe that about everyone. He also talked about being true to yourself. Now, this is a topic which I'm on a halfway house with, because it depends how you look at it. In Myles' case, I don't think he's ever set out to try and sell anything to people on YouTube, to sell anything to his audience particularly. And even if he had, I'm sure he would be very, very honest about it. And probably, in actual fact, the only things that Myles has ever sold to anyone goes to charity anyway. So I don't think he's ever seen any of the money which he has earned through that. You know, but it depends what you're going for. I think be true to yourself. However, if you are trying to sell a package, for example, in the music industry, bands, almost every act that you see on TV has been manufactured to some extent. You know, people like Green Day, you could say, oh, they've not been manufactured. Well, no, I believe they have. I've had dealings with managers, I've had dealings with record label personnel, I've had dealings with a lot of people in the industry who, it's how it's got to be. You've got to manufacture. I know a friend of mine is working with a manager right now with a band, and they've all just been shoved together. They never knew each other before last year, and now, I mean, they're really good friends now, but they'd never known each other. And I don't think manufacturing is wrong. I think you have to remember that the music industry is a business, and so in that sense, I think be true to yourself. However, you know, if you're putting on a show or if you're doing a play or whatever, obviously you can't be yourself, because it's a performance at the end of the day. You are a persona. It's like Russell Brand. In person, he's not a twat at all. I mean, he's not a twat, because I actually quite like his comedy, but you know what I mean. He's not as ludicrous and as crazy as he thinks he is. He just blows everything in his life out of proportion, and that's his persona, you know. So I just thought I'd do this in response to Myles' video, because it really kind of touched me, and I felt me and him are kindred spirits in the way that we both have those things in common. You know, especially, I mean, you know, I just go and watch his video. I'll link the video in the description. You go and watch it. You don't have to watch all of it, but I recommend that you do, because I thought it was brilliant. I really thought it said a lot of nice things, and he's very open and very honest, and I really admire him for that. Bye.